After a prospect finishes your case study, what do they do next? If you don't tell them what to do, you're missing out on an opportunity to generate another lead or another demo or another sales call. In this video, I'm going to show you what 4 companies are doing to generate more leads with their case studies through calls to action. I'm Mike Russell from ConvertWithCaseStudies.com, the place where marketers go to build trust and boost sales with their customer success stories. Our first stop is Alien Vault, and you can see here just below the description of the client, they have a Start Your Free Trial button. And then farther down in the case study, about the second page in fact, they have another Start Your Free Trial button. And so the idea here is that at whatever point the prospect thinks, yeah, this is something that I want to learn more about, you capture that attention and you get them to transition to sign up for a free trial. In this case, when you click that button, you go to a sign up page like this, and it's very simple. So you catch the reader's interest in the moment and you make it as easy as possible for them to convert. Our next stop is Yubico. This is a case study about their helping Facebook. Now, just at the bottom of the About Facebook section, they have a little description saying, please watch this 30-minute presentation or read the summary of the presentation, which is the case study. And I don't know about you, but I would much prefer to read a 3-minute summary before deciding if I wanted to watch the 30-minute presentation. So it's good to include that call to action in case someone wants to consume that extra content, but not force them to do so. And then if we scroll down to the bottom of the case study, we can see another mention of that presentation here, along with another article that was written about Yubico helping Facebook. That's a really smart piece of social proof to include at the bottom. But then below that is a small call to action. Find out more about YubiKey for businesses. Now here, there's no design element calling the reader's attention, no text box, no larger font size, and so I would guess that a lot of people would jump right over that from the bottom of the case study to the footer or just move away because they don't see the case study. So I suspect Yubico would benefit from having a colored text box or some other kind of design element like we just saw with Alien Vault. Our next stop is Tenable, and in this case study they mention their product only 4 times, but that they include the call to action with the product name. So we're scrolling down, only see the product mentioned a couple of times, which is good practice anyway, and then down here at the bottom they include the product name in with the call to action. So you can get a demo about the very product that you've just been reading in this case study. That's a really smart transition from reading a case study to taking the next step of action and making that transition as smooth as possible. Now let's go to Mimecast. Here in their case study, they've got a fixed footer at the bottom of the page that scrolls with you and calls you to chat with sales, schedule a demo, or get a quote. They really want you to get in touch, and they're very clear about how they want you to do that. The only thing I would add here is adding the product name to the calls to action. So if Mimecast has a particular product that they're mentioning in the case study, include that product name in the call to action to just make more of a natural progression for the reader. And then if we look at Mimecast's PDF version of their case study, they've got the same 3 calls to action at the very bottom here. Schedule a meeting, chat with sales, and get a quote. And those are clickable links right in the PDF. So they're making it very easy for readers who are even a little bit interested to take the next step in the sales process. All right, let's summarize. So, of course, the first thing I want you to do is to include a call to action in your case study. And I want you to make it visually distinct. You want to draw the reader's eye to that point, even if they just skim the headline and the subheaders. And then in that call to action, include the product's name. You want to make the transition from reading the case study to taking the next step in the sales process as smooth and logical as possible. And why limit yourself to 1 call to action? You could ask them to schedule a demo or start a free trial or have a call with your sales team. If you found this video helpful, please share it with others. The more people it helps, the better. And then head over to ConvertWithCaseStudies.com, where you'll find my free email course, The Internet's Best Case Study Hacks. I've distilled hundreds of articles about case studies to the very essence, and I've made it all available to you for free. I'm Mike Russell from ConvertWithCaseStudies.com. Thanks for watching. The best. You can see here, no, you can't see it there. I'll show sure what to do here. Alright, I guess I have to reboot this.